proclamations this morning. The first is a proclamation for Dysautonomia Awareness Month. Whereas dysautonomia is a group of medical conditions that result in a malfunction of the autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for automatic bodily functions such as respiration, heart rate, blood pressure, digestion, temperature control, and more. Whereas some forms of dysautonomia are considered rare diseases, such as multiple system atrophy and pure autonomic failure, while other forms of dysautonomia are common, impacting millions of people in the United States and around the world, such as diabetic autonomic neuropathy, neurocardiogenic syncope, and postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome. Whereas dysautonomia impacts people of any age, gender, race, or background, including many individuals living in Butler County. Whereas some forms of dysautonomia can be very disabling, and this disability can result in social isolation, stress on the families of those impacted, and financial hardship. Whereas some forms of dysautonomia can result in death, causing tremendous pain and suffering for those impacted and their loved ones. Whereas increased awareness about dysautonomia will help patients get diagnosed and treated earlier, save lives, and foster support for individuals and families coping with dysautonomia in our community. Whereas Dysautonomia International, a 501c3 nonprofit organization that advocates on behalf of patients living with dysautonomia, encourages communities to celebrate Dysautonomia Awareness Month each October around the world. Whereas we seek to recognize the contributions of the professional medical community, patients, and family members who are working to educate our citizenry about dysautonomia in Butler County. Now, therefore, we, the Butler County Board of Commissioners, do hereby deem it fitting and proper to proclaim the month of October as Dysautonomia Awareness Month throughout Butler County. And here to accept the proclamation is Christy Pendarvis from Dysautonomia International.
Thank you very much, Christy, for what you do for this organization and all the hard work that you do to try and meet this problem.
Thank you so much.
If you would like to go to the podium and say anything, you're welcome to do so.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, it really means a lot. I've never heard of it before this. But thanks for coming.
Well, the awareness has worked.
Thank you, everybody. It really means a lot to me for Butler County taking this on. I can't thank you enough for everything that you did. I'm so impressed with the medical terminology you got out. That was really, really impressive. Kim Geyer, I can't thank you enough, and all the commissioners, thank you. My name is Christy Pendarvis. I'm a family nurse practitioner. I've been a registered nurse for actually close to 20 years. And basically, I never heard of the specific term dysautonomia, but I was familiar with the autonomic nervous system. It's basically the engine of your body. And just when cars, like a car can go bad, same thing happens with the human body. Basically, your nervous system is like a seesaw. One side is your sympathetic nervous system, which is your fight or flight, and the other side is your parasympathetic nervous system, which is rest and digest. People suffering from dysautonomia actually have their seesaw is imbalanced, which creates a multitude of problems that she suggested. While many people have never heard of POTS, it's not rare, it's just rarely diagnosed. Mayo Clinic researchers estimate that POTS impacts 1 out of 100 teens. The feigning teenager that you know of, chances are she could have POTS, people with autoimmune conditions. A total of 1 to 3 Americans, including adult onset patients and millions more around the globe, making POTS more common than well-known conditions like multiple sclerosis and Parkinson's disease. The majority of people living with POTS are young women between the ages of 12 and 40, although older adults and males can be impacted too. And POTS symptoms include tachycardia, which is an increased heart rate upon standing, feeling like your heart's beating fast, blood pooling in the extremities, blood pressure dysregulation, fainting, dilated pupils, which causes extreme sensitivity to light, frequent migraines, chest pain, shortness of breath, and a multitude of other symptoms. Basically, autonomic nervous system disorders can cause so many different problems, and experts compare the disability seen in POTS to what is seen in patients with congestive heart failure and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. 25% of people living with POTS cannot work or attend school, resulting in a substantial economic and social impact to families in our country as a whole. My story took me 2 years. Last year I actually got diagnosed at Cleveland Clinic. Went through about 15 physicians, and I'm a nurse practitioner. I went in saying, I think I have a problem with my autonomic nervous system. They looked at me like I was crazy. But I knew about it because I had actually studied this extensively throughout my career. But it took Cleveland Clinic diagnosing me with a severe head injury, and I had the onset of POTS 2 weeks after I started feigning, and couldn't figure out why. I thought it was a fluke, So it was a very long road, hard road for me, and raising awareness about dysautonomia will help other patients get diagnosed in a more timely manner, as many dysautonomia patients suffer undiagnosed or misdiagnosed for many years due to lack of public and physician awareness about dysautonomia. And thank you so much, Butler County, for helping changing that. Thank you.
Thank you.